Bill O'Reilly here, Thursday, September 19th, 2019. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. The U.S. Immigration Court backlog now exceeds 1 million cases. Nancy Pelosi tells Democrats to back off impeachment hearings. Bernie Sanders introduces his new Housing for All plan. Anti-Semitism on the rise at college campuses. The number of abortions now at the lowest level in 45 years. Also ahead, my message of the day about bad parents. But first, U.S. immigration confirming court backlogs for new cases now exceed 1 million, growing at a record pace as migrants continue to cross the USA illegally along the southern border. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi telling fellow Democrats to downgrade impeachment proceedings against the president. Pelosi saying House Judiciary Chair Gerald Nadler and other far-left lawmakers are, quote, out of sync with the rest of the party. Warning progressives they simply do not have the votes to impeach President Trump. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, running for president, of course, introduces his new Housing for All plan, calling for $2.5 trillion in new spending to provide, quote, safe, decent, accessible, and affordable homes to all Americans. Sanders says new taxes on giant corporations and wealthy Americans will help finance his new government program, but he says the same thing about free health care, free education, and debt elimination. Anti-Semitism on college campuses up 70% in the last 12 months, according to a recent study. More than 2,500 incidents have been reported at more than 400 schools in America. Some Jewish organizations link the disturbing trend to the popularity of the Israeli boycott movement promoted by faculty at liberal universities across the country. The number of abortions now at the lowest level since the Supreme Court legalized the procedure in 1973. A new report counted 860,000 abortions in the USA in 2017. The procedure peaked at 1.6 million abortions in 1990. Major factor in the decline is the widespread use of birth control and increased awareness that life-ending procedure is controversial. In a moment, are you a bad parent? Right back. The Amazon Capital One data breach just hit. 106 million of us just had our names, home addresses, banking information exposed. Forget credit card theft. Your far greater risk is home title fraud. Title fraud is rampant because identity thieves figured out the title and mortgage to our homes are kept online. Their big payday comes by forging your name off your home's title. So it appears they own your home. Then they borrow all your equity till it's gone. Forget your insurance, bank, or identity theft program. They don't touch this. Home Title Lock does. And they do it by locking down your home's online title and mortgage. The first 60 days after crimes like the Amazon server Capital One breach are crucial. So I got you 60 risk-free days of Home Title Lock protection. Claim your 60 risk-free days at HomeTitleLock.com and enter your home address to see if you're already a victim. That's HomeTitleLock.com, HomeTitleLock.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. Joe Biden wants to make you a better parent. During the third Democratic presidential debate, the former vice president was asked about slavery. ABC moderator Lindsay Davis posed this question to Mr. Biden. Quote, as you stand here tonight, what responsibility do you think that Americans need to take to repair the legacy of slavery in our country, unquote. Well, Joe Biden didn't want any part of that question, so he quickly pivoted to suggest that the federal government monitor parenting. Mr. Biden said, quote, we bring social workers into homes with parents to help them deal with how to raise their children. It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. make sure the kids hear words, unquote. Well, Mr. Biden was derided by many because of that statement, the record player thing, and on and on. But I've been thinking about this for about a week. And what the former vice president is trying to get across is that the government really cannot ensure quality education for American children whose parents are derelict. And as a former high school teacher, I know this is true. But Mr. Biden's solution is kind of nutty and not stated well. So let me try to do it better. First of all, the federal government, the state government, the local government cannot legislate good parenting. And unfortunately, tens of millions of American parents are terrible. Some of them are addicted to substance. Some of them abandon their children. Some of them don't care. Some of them are abusive. All of that makes teaching an American child extremely difficult. In my class, I knew the kids who were having trouble at home. You could see it. But I couldn't call the parents and demand that they be responsible, and neither can Joe Biden. As for sending social workers into homes to try to improve the parents' performance, that can't happen. Number one, the federal government has no right to go into any home. Number two, there aren't nearly enough social workers to do that. And number three, the intrusive nature of it would be rejected by many bad parents. The way to do this is shame. If you are a mother or father who is intoxicated in front of your children, who uses horrible language, who's violent, screaming, throwing things, this is unacceptable. And the media and famous celebrities should say it, as should the president and all of the powerful politicians. One more thing. Bad parenting is something that is not unique to the United States, but it has been with us forever. We can cut it down, but we'll never defeat it. That's the O'Reilly Update message of the day. For more analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. Also, next Tuesday, my new book, The United States of Trump, comes out. You can order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. But if you sign up for premium membership on BillO'Reilly.com, we'll give you the book free of charge. Coming next, something you might not know. Millions of Americans have been diagnosed with cancer or a serious illness. If you are one of them and money is a problem, you're not alone. It's simple. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage for free to see if you qualify for cash now when you need it the most. Be ready to take down this number. If you own a life insurance policy of $100,000 or more and you are living with a serious illness, then Life Guide Partners can evaluate your coverage free to see if you qualify for cash now. So write this number down, 1-888-GUIDE-50. Totally free to call. Get rid of those insurance premiums. Stop paying them. Consider turning that life policy into cash. The number again, 1-888-GUIDE-50. 1-888-484-3350. 1-888-GUIDE-50. Call now. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Everyone has a favorite toy from their childhood, whether a particular doll, board game, train set. Young Americans have been obsessed with toys forever. In 2018, the children's entertainment market, as they call it, generated $21 billion in sales. The biggest seller? Superhero action figures. But here's something you might not know. Over the years, your favorite playthings may have become quite valuable. So if you have the time, dive into that attic and take a look for these sought-after items. Pokemon trading cards from the mid-1990s are popular with collectors from Asia and the USA. Some rare cards can sell for $12,000 at auction. The highest ever sold? $55,000. Next, America's classic doll, Barbie. First introduced in 1959, a mint-condition Barbie doll can fetch more than $20,000. The original designer, Jack Ryan, once worked for the Pentagon as a missile engineer. He was eventually hired by Mattel to create Barbie's signature look. The miniature car series Hot Wheels, more valuable than you think. One rare edition, a tiny model featuring a Volkswagen bus with surfboards on the roof, purchased by a wealthy collector in 2011 for $125,000. Here's an item some Americans have lying around their basement next to the old VCR. Disney VHS tapes. Believe it or not, original tapes from the early 1990s can go for thousands on eBay. A limited edition release of Beauty and the Beast was purchased by a collector for $10,000. The Little Mermaid, $5,000. Finally, the most sought-after toys are Star Wars action figures. Dating back to the 70s and 80s, mint condition collections in their original packaging have sold for $500,000 at Sotheby's auction house. The original price back in 1979, $9.99, unless you got it from Santa. Then it was free. Back with more of the O'Reilly Update right after this. It's an uncertain world out there, you know that. Disaster can strike at any time. So you need to be prepared to protect yourself and your family. One way to do that is with freeze-dried food. It tastes good. It's healthy. Can be stored for 25 years. That's why I'm happy to tell you about a company I recommend, Wise Foods. I have experience with them myself. During Superstorm Sandy, I lost power for 7 days. All of my refrigerated food done. But my food supply from Wise Foods was as fresh as the day I received it. Visit Wise Food Storage, one word, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, and explore their starter kits and long-term emergency food options. They are even offering free shipping plus a big discount of 25% off for my listeners. So please go to wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, wisefoodstorage.com/Bill, or you can call 855-269-0501. That's 855-269-0501. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.